Hey guys, it's Jess, and we're doing a little impromptu follow-up mini podcast with Kyla of Longtime Sun because we ran into her again in Rhode Island. Woo! So Beej and I taught a class this morning over at Rhode Island Power Yoga, and Kyla just happened to be in Rhode Island at the same time. If you listen to her podcast, then you know last time we talked, we were all in Ojai, California. And if you didn't listen to our podcast, what the heck? Go back and listen to it. So anyway, Kyla, we just want to know, like, where are you with the tour? What's going on?
Oh, man.
How has it shifted and changed since we were in Ojai?
Oh my gosh, so much has shifted and changed. That's the nature of being on the road, right? I think you guys mentioned that in the yoga class today.
It's also like the nature of this world and this body that we live in, right?
True. One big thing is I started training with you guys.
Yeah, she's a yoga triathlete athlete now.
So that feels boom. Oh my gosh, it just actually, after we spoke for the podcast, you guys you kept coming into my mind, into my meditation. Like, I got to reach out to them. Like, I really need to be more involved. And so that has been incredible. And anyone listening should do the same.
Yeah, Beej, I want to hear from you. How's it been working with Kyla?
Rock star, open to everything and attached to nothing. So you've definitely experienced some challenges, right?
Yep,
We were off to a kick. I think we were rocking it for a little while, and then it was like, boom, sprained ankle.
Yep, and then another sprained ankle.
Another sprained ankle. Meanwhile,
I'm not used to trails.
Yeah, I think I shared that with you. Like I sprained 2 ankles in the matter of a month, and I was like in bed, not able to move because both of them are sprained, and it was just another opportunity, right? And so you've been navigating. It's probably in your wheelhouse, but it's something that's not. Obviously, you don't want to have sprained ankles, right?
Totally.
And it's been a challenge because you've been visiting these cities and you've been engaging in these group runs, and I think it was a track set.
Yes.
And you wanted to go, and you're like, "What do you think?" And I'm like, I don't know. What do you think is the best thing for you in this moment?
Your approach to that was so good. It was so right on. It's exactly what I would say to somebody else too.
Right.
Because
you want to go, you want to be there, community, run, you can, and then it's like, well, maybe not. Like, I've got this bigger purpose. We have this bigger purpose out there. So you've embraced everything that I've thrown at you. So I think I know you're rocking it. You're totally a yogi triathlete.
It's really nice to be a student again, It just feels like a whole new world. I've been a runner for a long time. I ran in college. I've been a road runner. I know the basics of training, but it's just, first trail running and ultra running is a whole new world. So I really don't know a ton about it, but it's also just nice to have that support, especially traveling solo. I just feel connected to a community. I feel like you guys are cheering from me from, wherever you are. Like, yes,
always.
I just feel the support and the love. I love the direction because it gets confusing. Our minds are, complicated. And so when do I push? When do I pull back? When do I rest? Especially dealing with an injury. It's just nice to have, someone from the outside give a little direction.
I was laughing because you gave us a testimonial and you were talking about, well, actually, you had posted this as an Instagram story about how you were training with us and everything. And you were like, I can be psycho. I can also be lazy. And I'm oh my God, yes. I think so many athletes we can be psycho, and then we can be like, I'm famous for coming off a race and BJ okay, you need to start moving the body in a way that resembles running.
Yep.
Not just walking to the yoga studio and walking home from the yoga studio. I can go both ways. And so I love having that accountability.
Yes.
So so you're training with us now.
Yep.
And we are actually sponsoring. We are one of your sponsors for your tour.
Yep.
You got a big decal on the back.
Hell
it's so
yeah.
cool. I love it. I love it.
Yeah, it feels really good. Yeah, and another thing that's popped up is the whole second half of my tour changed because I am now obsessed with mountains, and there's all these mountain towns. I was like, wait. I need to go to Montana. I need to go to Arizona. I don't care if I'm driving an extra 10 days because of this. So So that's what's happening.
Yeah, so the trails. Was that in your awareness when you first started?
No.
But it's kind of...
No, I had planned to do a half marathon in every city. And this, came about because I like running for a cause. I'm teaching yoga to underserved. It was a way to sort of bring awareness. It was also a way for me to stay grounded and have some structure. I'm moving all the time. So it's just training every day and having the running, and then, kind of anchored by these races just felt like a way to stay, in my center in a way. And like, I didn't even know that like there was a difference between road runners and trail runners. There's this whole world I didn't know about. I'm like, oh, I run on trails. No, I was a road runner running on trails. This is like all different training and, yeah, so whatever.
But in Newport, right, you've been running Statuesque.
Yes.
So to me, living here, coming from Boulder, that was my trail.
Yeah, that's not a trail.
That's not a trail.
It's not a trail. That is the road.
Would you say that road running to trail running is a totally different sport?
Totally different sport. And I think that's what's so exciting for me is that it's not so outside of my toolbox or wheelhouse. I've been a runner for a long time, but it feels so new. It feels like a brand new sport that I'm learning. And I love the mindfulness piece too, to bring it back around. And we touched on that in our first podcast, kind of talking about maybe the parallels between Kundalini yoga meditation and pushing the mind and endurance sports. And I'm really noticing that. I love the nature aspect of trail running, the adventure aspect of it.
Isn't there something that's so like childlike about it too? Like when you're just bombing a downhill and your arms are kind of out to the side.
I feel like a wild animal.
I do. I feel like a wild animal.
It's amazing.
Yeah.
Those downhills is like dessert or something. Like
Yeah.
you've gone up the mountain and you've done the thing and, you've got all the gear and you're taking care of yourself. You have food and water. It's like you get to the top, you enjoy the view. And you just did that. You just went up 4,000 feet and then you cruise down like a wild animal. It's so fun.
It's so fun.
It's amazing.
And there's so much trust too. Like I've got this mantra I use, perfect steps. And it came about at the end of this race that I was doing. It was a very technical race and my eyes were starting to bug out because I didn't have sunglasses on. So I couldn't really see very well, but it was really technical and I just wanted to finish. And the last 3 miles was just like perfect steps, perfect steps. And now I usually just say it like once and I feel like I kind of just check it in with the universe and then the universe has that handled. And then all I need to do is just relax because the steps are taken care of.
Yeah.
You just got to trust.
Yes.
And the thing is that you are going to fall. You are going to, like, we've all rolled our ankles.
Oh my gosh. And just fall flat on your face.
Yeah.
I kind of love this though. I'm like getting scrapes and like, I just feel like such a badass.
It's fun, right?
So
to get
awesome.
dirty.
Yeah.
It's fun to get dirty. All right, let's finish up here with just the tour. Since we saw you in May, was it May? I think it was May, April or May, either one. What have you further discovered about yourself?
That's a deep question. Yeah. What have I further discovered about myself? Well, I'll tell you, it's been a super interesting experience visiting home after 7 months on the road because it's almost like it's been hard to see my own growth or notice my own growth or the changes until I came back home because I feel different here now. And I would say, I think it's actually like a nervous system change. I guess I didn't even notice that I had background anxiety in social anxiety, for example, like going to a new place or meeting new people or going on a first date or showing up to a running club where you don't know anyone, or, I don't know, going to a new yoga class or or trying something new like trail running. So I guess I'm really not feeling any anxiety whatsoever doing any of those things. I feel so strong. I feel strong. I feel secure. I feel like I have more grit and there's an openness. I'm still trying to plan, but it's like, but it's kind of hilarious. It's kind of hilarious.
We used to do that, and then we'd be like, "Why are we trying to plan? This is so
am I
funny."
trying to plan? Like, it's just the nature of the mind. Like, I've just learned every month. Like every month, I'm like, "Oh, this is where I'm going to live. I love this. These are my people. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do this. When the tour's over, I'm going to do this and this and this." And then the next month comes, and that's all shit. And it's all different, like, so I'm like, I've probably learned this like every month. So like 7 times I'm like, God, my mind, can you just chill? Can you just chill out? We don't need to plan everything. Things are going to unfold how they unfold.
And didn't you just extend your trip here in Rhode Island? So you're going to be here for a while now,
yeah.
right?
Well, I mean, I was going to spend 2 weeks, and now it's going to be a month. Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's just.
And then, okay, so what's the plan from here?
So the tentative plan, although, it's open to change because I'm
Kyla's plan,
co-creating.
not the universal plan.
Yeah. Kyla's plan is September in Nashville. And now that I love mountains, we're going to drive all the way to Montana, do October in Bozeman. And then,
that's so epic. Have you ever been to Bozeman?
I've never been.
Oh, you're going to it's like a mini Boulder, Colorado.
I'm
You're
so
gonna
excited.
It's like a little Asheville.
Yes.
But it's Montana.
Yeah.
So it's just so cool.
Yep. And then I'm going to spend November, even though it's going to be cold, I don't care. I'm going to be in Flagstaff, Arizona.
Amazing.
I know because now I'm like, neurotically following everyone from Western states. They all train there. I'm like, I need to go there. And then I have work in Florida. So I have to drive all the way back and do, and end the tour in Florida.
I love it. It's a super inefficient plan.
So inefficient.
Who goes from Nashville to Montana
Nobody.
to Arizona to Florida after you just were out west?
Yeah, I know. Really, like, just so people get the whole tour. This is where I've been. So it went from Austin to Denver to Portland, Oregon, to Ojai to Taos, and then where did I go? Asheville, and now I'm here on the East Coast in Rhode Island. Then I go down to back where I was just there.
Oh yeah, you're only like 3 hours.
3 hours.
Yeah.
I'm going to Nashville, then Montana, then Arizona, then Florida. Like,
that's so cool.
Yeah.
I love it. Thanks for giving us the update. Any final questions, babe?
I just want to see. So, how can people follow along? I just want to make sure people can help support you and share your messages. So, where can they find you? And what's the best way?
Kyla Rose Maher, Maher on Instagram. But I also, you guys repost I post Yogi Triathlete
really
all the time. I am all over the social media, so you can probably find me through Yogi Triathlete.
Awesome. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you, guys.